All right. Hey, everybody. We're supposed to have a finance committee meeting tonight. So I'm here on the earlier side. If they started on time, they probably started already, but that's all right. That is okay. Let's see. I've got everything. I've got everything. Oh, there's some kiddos playing outside. That's nice. Nice to see. Nice to see. Nice to see. Let's see. Do we have the mayoral vehicles? There's one of the city vehicles, the M plate. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's a red SUV. Shirley might have driven her own car today. I'd be shocked, but maybe the pressure that we're putting on is working. Although no, I don't see any Harvey sticker on it. So, anyway, we shall see. Hi, how you doing? Oh, they took like everything down. Oh, okay, yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you. Okay. Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
I'm tracking with service. $1,500. You have to be certified water.
Hey, how are you?
Got to get certified.
It's the contractor. I'm gonna be by you again just in case you're there.
He's a certified water. He's a new person.
Hello. Okay, so you're saying
Co-chair, if you have any questions for Mr. Williams? Those are the correct. Those are the correct. Four correct. The last four. They only build. What is the other? Pardon me? Oh, we had he's a pre-required employer, required employee, who he do some application. And it was this process through the general fund, we didn't support the payroll service. It's showing payroll advance. Yeah, so then what happens is, that's a net check, so then it gets processed through the payroll service. What is this? We refunded somebody's collection fee.
I mean, he needs to call a fucking key when he's wrong. Not that anything means. Because his means are refund. I don't know what she asked. She ain't just nothing that makes any difference.
This meeting ain't gonna last.
Mr. Williams, under fire department, and we have Davis medical transport, and we have Bud's ambulance service. Do we utilize these companies in an equal manner?
No, Dailies actually does the 911 dispatch. Since police is done through the county now, they don't do fire calls, so that's done through Dailies. Other Dailies, we just contracted an ambulance service.
I want to make sure that everybody can review what's being discussed. So I'm forwarding the bills.
So once those 911, the other one,
So it's actually.
Behind 343 42. Is that your 773?
The dispatch, so it's.
312. I want to make sure that everybody can pull it.
You want to do it?
Oh, you said you did? No, but did it come through? Because everybody, just me and just right, we don't need to.
Fire here.
Are you going back on that salt again?
How you send it to her?
Need a text.
Buzz is actually.
Yeah, it's okay.
my understanding is that they post one ambulance up by Fort High School, and the other ambulance is posted across.
Man, we up here talking about ambulances when you need ambulances. What did you say?
No, it's not better for me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, one on each side of the tracks.
There you go. Now you got the bills with us.
Go through the salt again?
No, it should come through here. Maybe if there's an attachment, there might be a delay.
We have a forum.
Or I can always have Michael forward it.
Second is read. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, none. So, we're gonna move on to the next portion of the meeting. And that would be public comment. So, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody has a public comment and you'd like to speak, please feel free to stand, state your name, and make a comment. Since we got plenty of time, I guess we could take as long as we.
Says in the water, it says $298,222. Is that a monthly or is that a quarterly bill? For the water bill? Water.
Well, Mr. Stewart, this is a question and answer, but I will be willing to answer that. That's a monthly.
$298,000.
That's what we owe in back fees to the city of Chicago. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Mr. Rogers, Michael Cronin, Sixth Ward.
Yes, sir.
Question for you is, with that $3.7 million that's being advocated for the Broadway project, what comes next? And how much of that Broadway project, how long will it take to do that Broadway project? And has it been scoped out yet?
Once again, Mr. Michael, this is not question and answer. Fortunately, I do have some of the answers. The $3.7 million that you're speaking in terms of was grant money.
We know this.
You know that, okay. For number one, it did come out of our general fund. For number two, the engineering group, Arturo group, they would have the timelines and the deadlines on how long this project is going to last. Unfortunately, none of that information has been given to the city council members as of yet. I'm almost certain that it will be, but as of right now, we haven't gotten any information into how long this project is going to last.
And then where does it go?
And then, another question, what's next?
Uh-huh.
Well, I would imagine whatever we can get grant for, we're gonna accept. We can receive grant money, we're gonna get it. The city's in dire need of whatever resources that comes this way. And I, for one, I'm in favor of getting it, as long as it's something that's gonna be conducive to the quality of life for the people here in the city of Harvey.
Okay.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Hey.
I'm Kevin Seaboard, Kevin Logan Seaboard. Get some information on how can, as a nonprofit leader, how can I bring revenue back to Harvey, Illinois? I was interested in property, obtaining some of this abandoned property, but I'm not sure if it's habitable or not habitable, if it's redevelopmental, redevelopment property, and things like that. I was interested in bringing revenue to the city of Harvey. I opened a co-op in my neighborhood where I'm from, Inglewood. Yes, we opened a co-op, and I, as a disabled person, not having a pharmacy is kind of hard. We not able to drive or get people to attention. So I was interested in a co-op. I was interested in utilizing individuals who are on, what's that, not house rent, but community service, which I have working with me, do some of the cleaning from the streets, the sewer, manholes, and a lot of things that I want to try to implement. And I want to know, what can I do to bring revenue to our
Once again, Kevin, this is not a question and answer, but fortunately, I do have an answer. First of all, I think it's an admirable quality that you want to bring new development and Harvey and housing to the city of Harvey. What I would suggest, and I suggest I tell everybody is, if you have a great idea, if you have an organization or a not-for-profit or 501c3, or even if it's profitable, to submit in writing to the mayor's office and let them know in your letter what your intentions are. What type of facility you're going to need, how large, how many employees, how long will it stay open, what's the square footage. Once you submit that to the mayor's office, they'll review it and they'll bring it before the city council. And they'll give that individual an opportunity to come to the council meeting and do a presentation. That's where it be voted on, whether or not they want it or whether or not they don't. So that's the procedure on how you can get started if you want to generate revenue in the city. Say, call me if you got anything you want to talk about. You got my number. Yeah. Hey. Talk all the time.
I was just interested in some of the key, not some of the minor things, and I have people in the relationship with people that can help out with the minor things, cleaning, street sweeping, things like that, And I wanted to try to implement some of that to the great city of Harvey.
Wow. So, I Well, later on in the meeting, we're gonna, I wanna touch bases on what we've been doing as far as the cleaning and that kind of thing. So if you stick around, you'll have an opportunity to hear what's gonna be said. It's gonna keep our report extremely short. Ms. Clark, just a moment, that gentleman right there.
No, the sister was next, Danny.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, she was. All right,
And to
yeah.
ask you, fifth ward, well, first of all, Mr. Kevin, I wanted to answer your question. At the second ward committee meeting last week, Ms. Lewinsky stated that there was a moratorium on trying to get any type of properties. So I just want to give you that heads up, because I don't think you were present for that meeting, but that's what she said.
Well, I get this,
But I was just letting you know that that's what was communicated to the residents last week. Number two, she said it's not question and answer. The bills list seems like it's for a 30-day period, and in the past, all the finance committee meetings last year, when we were reviewing the bills list, it was quarterly. So I don't know if that means that every month there's gonna be a finance committee meeting, or instead of the natural cadence of every quarter, but I just wish again that there was an agenda printed, and then that was like explained, like moving forward, we will be reviewing and going over the bills list and the finance committee meeting on a monthly basis versus the quarterly basis that we can all 2025. That's number one. Number two, we as residents need an update on when we declare financial distress. What does that mean from a state level? What does that mean from the Illinois State Comptroller's Office? Like, where are we in that process? Is there funding we're applying for? Has there been an update? Even if we did, it needs to be some sort of update to the residents. We had that big meeting in October, we haven't remembered anything since. And then number two, on the bills list, the last couple of ones, there was always www component. And when I looked it up, it was Mr. Williams' name. So I just want to be clear, is Mr. Williams an employee or is he contracted? Because I'm just trying to understand, and I also want to make sure we're not double dipping as a city, that if he's an employee, he can get paid his employee salary, fine. But if he's contracted, I just want to make sure that he can provide clarity, or if not, because you said it's not question and answer. Just want to make sure that there's no double dipping, and we're not spending out unnecessary money, because that's how we got in financial distress. But in the first place, was kind of spending one money, and we probably could have deferred it, but that's.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment and your question. And fortunately, I can answer some of those. You spoke in terms of an agenda. We always post the agenda 48 hours prior to the meeting on the door. And if you want further detail in regards to the actual bills list, that information can be found on the City of Harvey's website. And as far as Mr. Williams, he is not an employee. He is a contracted out vendor. So, yeah, in WW Consulting, it's the name of this company. So, no, it's not double dipping. And,
Update on being financially distressed, what does that mean from
Oh, yeah,
the state
yeah.
level or county level, what happens?
okay, well, that would be quite a meeting to go into all the details on how and why we became financially distressed. It occurred over a number of years. And actually, the city of Harvey is doing everything possibly within its power right now to try to pull us out of this hole. Unfortunately, local government is a slow process.
Yep.
And it entails, when we have our financial yearly statement, meaning it'll give you a little more detail. Those numbers that you're asking for, I don't have them right offhand. I do know that when this administration took office in 2019, we were $164 million in the hole. And there were a lot of innovative resources done in order to keep all of the employees employed, working. As far as our police department and our fire department, our streets and sanitation, our water department. And for 5 years, from 19 up until 25, We didn't have to lay off anybody. But it just gets to a point when you're robbing Peter to pay Paul that no longer is that gonna work. Keep in mind, we're no longer 164 million in debt, we're 130 million. So we've knocked down $34 million, okay? And I think that, the city and its resources and what we've done should be commended, for reducing the deficit in spite of the fact that this is a financially distressed city. I hope that, ma'am.
I'm sorry, one last question, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sure. The 34 million that you said was reduced in debt, was that because of the revenues coming into the city? Or was that in the form of some form of a bailout from the county or state level?
Actually, we haven't received anything. We applied for that at that meeting over at St. Mark's Church. And we're still waiting to hear from the state government. We don't know whether or not we're gonna be able to receive that money or not. This was not a bailout. This came from ingenuity and smart spending. And that's what reduced that deficit, $34 million. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Let me get this guy right here and keep.
Everybody go. So,
Okay.
by all means, Mr. Robinson, financial committee, I just want to suggest that I work for an organization, a lot smaller, like $450,000 a year. And we have like 4 separate companies deal with payroll, disbursement, stuff like that. And it's been whittled down from what we operate for a year. So we've been able to balance our budget for over 20 years, but I think it's crucial that the residents know how many different accounts are dealing with, not every line, but just know what accounts they choose and what's up in those accounts. That's all.
Okay. Thank you for your comment. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make a comment about economic development, because everybody's not on social media, but a couple of weeks ago, I asked everybody to email or write letters to the companies that you patronize to ask them to come to Harvey. So every time I need something, I got a red car, or Homewood, or someplace else, I want to walk over community. This, gentleman mentioned pharmacy. Now, Walgreens has, Walgreens Express stores. There's one tomorrow. Walgreens used to be right around the corner. So, especially for the cities and the people that use public transportation, if everybody puts in an email or write a letter to the postcard and ask Walgreens, Foot Locker, Dollar General, Family Dollars, Sharp, those corporate headquarters to bring a brick and mortar right here on 154th, because when the Obama Presidential Center opens, everything over down the train is gonna make money. And so this is gonna be an opportunity for, our community to have some type of, at least reach out. I know Maxie did years ago, the residents there wrote letters to try to bring, and they left, but that's okay too. But this right here is a money maker, right here on 154th. We got the land and space to utilize.
Actually, it's a great statement, and I think you're dead on point, but let me shed a little light. You mentioned, Walgreens. As council members, I don't think that there's anybody that sits here that's not willing to bring a grocery store into a food desk or a pharmacy into a medicine desk. Unfortunately, Walgreens is notorious for this. They were on 159th Street. They did what they call a Class 8. And this Class 8 is it's like a tax incentive. And the city of Harvey gives them free taxes for 10 years. Once that 10-year tenure has expired, you can apply again in Springfield for an additional 4 or 5 years, but you have to have a lobbyist. It's a lot of work that goes into it, so they would much rather move. When Walgreens left 159th, I'm sorry, not Walgreens, Aldi's. When Aldi's left 159th and Dixon, it wasn't 30 days later that they moved to Dixmoor, because Dixmoor gave them a brand new tax rate, Class 8A, okay, where they didn't have to pay taxes. So what these big stores do, these big companies, They go from one town to the next town who's ever willing to give them that tax break. They'll say,
No.
it's basically,
No.
but it's not the same as a TIF. But the 8A, they don't have to pay any tax. With a TIF, they pay some taxes. So all these is notorious on Walgreens, they go from city to city, and they had a real Walgreens in Markham, and that's when they started putting these pop-up express Walgreens. They serve the same purpose, but, you know, this may have shed some light on why we don't have a Walgreens. We'll do better probably trying to get a CVS over here, but then if they come to the city of Harvey, they're gonna want that same 8A tax break, the same as Walgreens. I hope that may have shed some light.
Makes sense.
Okay. Kevin, give me a minute. Anybody else got a statement? Anybody?
I'll go now.
Okay,
I'm actually your ward also.
wonderful.
You said illustrious, but I'm not holding it against you.
I don't say illustrious, I say great six.
From the illustrious, yeah, illustrious. I
Great six.
What about today? I was piggyback off of Walgreens name. One boy, Jeremy, one of my frat brothers, he's a GM out here. And he said a little bit of the past problem with the police department. That's the reason the Walgreens on 147 officers did say. He said that was the primary reason. Yeah, tax identities are a part of it, but in Springfield, actually, to default, there's legislation that's now written in a few different bills to stop large conglomerate corporations that's traded on the stock exchange from just moving from small town to small town like pinball machine. They do that in structure is already pre-built to save money. So that's happening out here now, and it has actually been passed. Probably things passed those type of laws is the same people that vote on it have stock in these companies. But that's what comes into your lobbies, 501c4s. I hold the 501c4. The problem is you go straight from, you mentioned Harvey, a lot of things come out about theft and mismanagement of funds. Also, we're working with Aetna, the brother is CVS, Aetna, CVS. Aetna actually, CVS will come, but signatory things and other possible financial things are stopping them from doing it. Also, when you go to the mayor's office to start a business, it's a too tedious process for what you get. The process needs to be shortened. The requirement is actually look at somebody's business plan. Well, how would a person feel if they hold several different inventions and they come for a business plan and it's stagnating because the person you give it to don't understand what you're doing? Just because you're an elected official don't mean you're a businessman. It's not one and the same. That's my comment for now. I have one a little later.
Okay, fine. In regards, when you start talking about Walgreens, you remember when they had the George Floyd riots? And people were looting,
Yeah.
destroying our city?
Yeah.
Somebody took a can of spray paint and painted BLM, Black Lives Matter, on the side of Walgreens.
Allegedly. Nobody's seen him actually painted, so
Nobody saw him do it, but
Right.
somebody had to do it.
It was done by a
All right,
team, but
let me finish.
I'm just saying, I'm letting you short.
The G, when the big Walgreens were, they run across the top of the building, the G had failed. And I frequented Walgreens in Dalton, I frequented Walgreens in Polson, and these are all in proximity, pretty close together. When I would come to Harvey's Walgreens, the amount of sticky soda and pop and gum and paper and debris in front of all Walgreens was deplorable. You didn't see that in Dalton. You didn't see it in Polson. I took it upon myself to hire my crew to come up there with their pressure washer and clean the front entrance. To clean that BLM off the side of the building and demanded management fix the G in Walgreens. I was fortunate enough to get everything done. But what happened, unfortunately, that mall that they have the new O'Reilly's and the laundromat and the Subway up there. That mall was renting to Walgreens for $38,000 a month. Nobody, no business can substantiate itself or thrive or profit with a rent payment like that. And that was another reason. Once the 8A tax incentive ran out, they ran out. And that's the reason why they're not here.
No, that's not the absolute reason why they're not here. That's a partial reason why they're not here.
Well, I've been different, I have video.
His name's Jeremy.
I have video. I'm a regional manager. And when they were doing the rebrand after the riots. But that's another story. We can talk, and I'll be more than happy to share my number with you.
Well, I email you, just never asked back.
What email you?
You say on the city's website. T. Rogers at the city of Harvey dot.
I'm trying to answer them all, but maybe I didn't. I may have skipped one. I do answer every phone call. Every phone call. You'll never get a voicemail.
It's easy to email.
It's easy for me to answer the phone. You know, I'm old school, so, you know, texting and email is fine, I use it, but I'd rather talk to you on the phone.
You don't have to read a report over the phone. I've always sent a financial report to somebody.
Well, you can email me, yeah, but we just talk about correspondence, reaching out to one another, okay? You can call me and say, hey, Bob, I'm gonna email you, okay, then I'm gonna check.
I had to call you email.
Anybody else?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
My name is Sharice again.
Hey, Shanice.
I'm in the sixth ward, and I just wanted to kind of tally up for what this one said right here about, bringing more businesses and things. And I guess you mentioned, like the walk, the garbage and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't see anything in here for infrastructure. I don't know if that goes under, I don't know which one, but I know the streets in Harvey are very damaged. I just got a very good guy, my car got stolen last summer, that's what we had.
Sorry to hear that.
But, and that was a problem in Harvey as well. But, are they gonna fix the streets? Because I can't see businesses and people wanting to come in, and I thought about that too, with them wanting to be able to do football, put over here. And I said, oh, people are gonna have to drive from here, you know, like, so. I only see $8,000 for a public works, and I have something I was gonna read for the formal part about, you know, stuff like that, you know, hard to get people. So I just wanted to know, how much money can go towards, more money can probably go towards public works?
Yes, ma'am. Great question. And that's something that we can answer on a later basis because I don't have the exact number. Would be how much money we did allocate for $30 million, and that's supposed to be divvied up among all 6 of the wards.
Because I see they fixed the street by the hospital now, definitely needs to be fixed, you know, bumping up and down right there by the hospital, but.
Now, if you're in the 6th ward, and you say you're in the 6th ward, I drive that 6th ward all day, every day. And I do, and I got a new truck, and I ain't trying to tear it up, I got a motorcycle, I ain't trying to fall over in no hole. So I do recognize that these streets definitely need fixing. And I don't mean patching, I mean fixing.
I don't know if they can last another week.
Well,
And then they don't have to street to go.
we purchased a whole lot of asphalt recently. And the asphalt hasn't been put in the holes yet because we weren't certain whether or not we were gonna continue to have cold weather and then warm weather and then cold weather. And the asphalt is constantly stretching and moving, so if we put it down too soon, then it's just gonna come back out. Young lady, you don't look like you're 52 years old. But I've been living on Harvey Avenue for 52 years. Okay? And for 52 years, I've never seen my street, 146th Street, resurface. I've seen it patched 3,000 times, and I've never seen it resurface. There's nothing I would like more than for them to come in one of them big machines and scrape all this old stuff off.
So you say you have it, but if you hire somebody, don't know who they're doing, and they don't know who to put it down. I know when they, I know this is the city, whatever, but when they had the Jack Robinson, they, one over there, I know somebody say on the street, I'm selling the same, did that street one day. When you know what you're doing, you can get the job done, just like that.
Yeah, you got plenty of people know what you're doing, that have money to pay.
Right, it has to be.
You have to have resources to pay them. You know, and we got police officers and firemen,
Yes.
which are priority. You know, and you know, that, I mean, you gotta have them. You know, I'd rather have a fire truck if I call 911 to come put this fire out.
So is it too much resources going towards the police and fire? Because they're definitely needed, but they can't make up for anything else because maybe citizens, you know, don't make it up, and then they're coming in another pay and stuff, and that's why other people tax more.
No. That doesn't hold true. As a matter of fact, we are, thanks to Mr. Williams, we've been fortunate enough to bring some of the police officers back and some street and sanitation back. Not everybody, but we're working toward the betterment of the citizens. Okay? We're not a city with a lot of the same order, the same old.
Oh, definitely, because there's so many abandoned houses, so you wouldn't have any people paying back even to those.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, why there's so many
And
abandoned
this one,
houses.
gentleman was saying right here about building a party, so we
Yeah.
can get those houses built up, maybe and get good with them.
Well, I don't know if you've been coming to the council meeting, but, okay, well, I'll share with you some of the past meetings and what we decided. There's a South Suburban Land Bank that we hired to identify who owns some of these abandoned properties. See, I've been on them all. Some of them have been abandoned by the owners, some have been foreclosed by the bank, some are under investigation for arson, the ones that have been burnt up. So there's multiple people that own these houses. So, me for one, if it's a hazard to children going to school, walking down that sidewalk, and somebody jumps out one of these abandoned properties, I strongly suggest that we tear it down and get rid of it and create a safer environment for our community. What we do for the residents here. I don't get no accolades or anything like that. The reason I've been successful in this office is because people know that I care. And that's the only reason. And I won't lie to you. I'd much rather tell you, make me feel better. Okay? Yes, sir.
Cameras and then do infrastructure. You guys put cameras up with no infrastructure, so you can't drive down to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was that all about? I'm quite sure you had something to do with the decision, whether a small portion or somewhat. I mean, this, you share with the committee, right? Finance Commissioner Derek.
I'm chairman of the finance committee. And yes, sir.
Derek.
First of all, the cameras that you're speaking of, they are shop detectors and license plate readers. And this was given by the United States federal government. This was all grant money. The city of Harvey didn't spend it. When you talk about infrastructure, you're talking about money that comes from the general fund that we have to spend. Okay? So we're talking about two separate entities. Okay? One was given and one has to come out of our own job. Okay? So, that pretty much, you got another question?
No, I just want, to be clear, because I have hope for our next generation.
Again, you vote.
Okay, so that's why I'm here. So, are you saying that I shouldn't reach out to businesses, major corporations? Okay, I just want to be clear.
No, I'm not saying that at all, under no circumstances. Please, reach out.
Okay.
You may be more fortunate than this administration is as far as getting somebody to want to come into our community.
I know.
See, first of all, we have to make it attractive for people to want to move here. Okay.
Well,
We have to, right?
We spend money.
Yeah.
We are consumers. We are the best and the greatest. And when I worked at they always told us when they wanted to try clockwork service, they were always on the south side of the state. We called it was a winner. And so if we, instead of taking our money, like the Starbucks every man and $7 plus tax, and you go down Halston and you think where I, especially in my age, would love to have, like it was when we were children, walkable community, with the picture in the middle of the, right around the corner.
Oh,
2 blocks over to 154. Buy a house in Harvey, sold the furniture in Harvey, buy a brand new car right on 154.
That's right.
Custom made suit, custom made dress, wedding cake, whatever you wanted, was walkable. And it happened again.
Yeah.
Gentrification. Harlem, Atlanta.
And I often say, you know what, I'm gonna strive diligently and bring Harvey back to its vibrancy that it once had. It may not occur in my lifetime because I got more days behind me than I do in front of me. But it will not stop me from working hard on behalf and making the right decision. And I served 16 years on the Board of Education. Some of those years were school board president. And the point I'm making is that I always based every vote that I had was on the betterment of the education of the children. And that's how I would base all my votes. And then once I became a councilman, that ideology changed. I based all my votes on what would be the betterment of the adults. And that holds true right to this day. It hasn't changed. And I'm gonna continue. Thank you for your statement. Yes, ma'am.
Because I've been hearing the conversation kind of intertwined between finance and economic development, and the co-chair, Alderman Smith, is the chair of the economic development committee. She hasn't spoken to me yet, but I'm assuming she will speak in this meeting about when's the next economic development committee meeting to address those concerns Ms. Clark and others have.
Well, I totally agree with you in your statement, but this is a finance meeting. We're not talking economic development. If you have a question you'd like to direct to my colleague, Alderwoman Delaney, I suggest strongly that maybe you might want to get up and public comment and ask her that question during that period. Or you have another option, you can just meet with her. She's totally approachable and friendly, and she'll be more than happy to let you know about it.
Could I ask a question? I've been waiting for about 10 minutes, and it is almost time to start the city council meeting. Sorry, not to be rude, but I know you guys can't see my hand. So I have a suggestion, since you guys are the finance committee, to bring back our essential workers, since we do not have adequate fire and police staffing in the city of Harvey. I would suggest maybe giving up some of your salaries. That is an idea in order to bring back our essential workers, because I continually hear the fire trucks riding by my house. We have all these fires that we're still not told about. So that's just a real practical idea. Why don't you take the cuts in your salary, since you say you love Harvey so much, and rehire some of our essential workers? My other concerns are just in general. We come here every finance committee meeting, every city council meeting, no questions are answered. No questions are answered. You even run out the clock before, like we almost did today, so that I couldn't ask questions. So why are we doing this BS? You get paid. You get paid no matter what you do. And I have your 6th Ward residents coming to me, Mr. Rogers, constantly complaining, saying the ward looks like crap and he doesn't do anything. But you still get paid. And we pay your salary. And we don't even have firefighters or police. This is not okay. That is not acceptable. My other concern is nepotism. You should be speaking out again, excuse me, you should be speaking out. Your wife is now the clerk. How is that not a conflict of interest? She's going to be overseeing the elections for Harvey next year, including the election for your seat. How is that not nepotism? How is that not a conflict of interest? Anything you guys are telling us about money is not backed up by paper. So are you going to at some point show us where the money is? We don't know anything that you're saying is actually true. So those are just a few of the concerns that I had. Oh, and then people you were talking about how you were on the school board, but you failed to mention that we had to pay $400,000 because you were sued because the superintendent asked for a forensic audit. Instead, the suit alleged that you called her and you threatened to give her an ass whooping, quote unquote. So I think the residents should know that, Mr. Rogers. But basically, nothing ever seems to get done here. That's my main concern, and we don't get told where any of our money's going. But you certainly do get paid, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, young man, for your comment.
No answers. As always.
Once again, thank everybody for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. So nice to see y'all.
Maybe we can get some answers.
And all these members of this 5 by saying aye. Opposed? None. Once again, we all have a 5-minute break before the next meeting starts. Thank you all, once again. One of my favorite singing was President.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Let's Connect. Yes, so the city council meeting should be starting shortly. We just had the finance committee meeting. The big thing is they're going to be appointing, I'm guessing, Rosa to be first ward alderwoman, which is another issue.
Right on. Serving and swerving. Serving and swerving. I sent you a text message with the details that we just ran out of handout. But tonight something big is happening, right? We are updating the secretary.
All right, that's good. Yeah.
Well,
Better than the actual person that's on the finances to decide the finances. I'll take one of those cards.
That was my dad.
hey, Malcolm.
23rd, 2026. Clerk, please call the roll. Everyone is present. Is there a minister in the house? Okay. Is there another minister in the house? No? Okay.
Everybody, please, all the guests. We thank the Lord for allowing us community one more time. Lord, we're praying that business is taken care of in a decent way. We're praying, Lord, we come together in the end and we make some progress. We're asking the Lord to bless the city of Harvey and all the council members in the mayor and all the police, the fire, and everybody. We need your help. We need finances. We need your help to find answers for us so that this community can thrive and continue the way that we should go. So Lord, we thank you. We praise and honor you, Lord. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen.
Thank you. Everyone, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance. There is no reason to go into executive session. Yes,
Motion for amending the agenda. Agenda will now be number 6 on the agenda, a presentation regarding the Harvey Solar project, and also, which is now number 7, I would like to develop public comment. Those are the 2 minutes.
is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
That's actually two amendments. One is to remove, public comment, and the other is to have a presentation. So, yes.
So you don't want it on the bus. Okay, that's fine.
Now, ask for a motion to amend the agenda to add number 6 to our agenda, a presentation for the Harvey Solar project.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Another motion to amend the agenda, making it to now be number 8 to our agenda.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion's passed. Thank you.
Harvey, the second was by Kobe Chapman. You got time to see that.
Okay, okay. Thank you for the correction. Okay, the minutes, approval for the minutes for March 29th. We are seeking a motion to approve those minutes. March 9th, 2026.
We have a motion by the third and a second by the sixth.
Any discussion? Please vote. Okay, did everyone vote on that? there a problem with your,
What were they? Oh, this is the minutes.
these tablets? Sometimes there's, please.
Yeah, those tablets.
Please, he'll come to you. He'll come to you.
Hey, you know.
Motion carries. Okay, motion passed. Motion for the approval of the bills list dated March 23rd, 2026.
Point of order. I'd like to make a motion to amend the March 23rd, 2026 bills list to approve only essential expenditures, specifically those related to public safety, including police and fire operations, and 911 dispatch services, water and sewer operations, including pump upgrades, leak detection and system maintenance, utilities including ComEd and NICOR, public works and sanitation, including refuse and infrastructure maintenance, contractual and legally required obligations, including demolition services and insurance, and payroll-related obligations, and to defer all other administrative, consulting, software subscription, and discretionary, non-essential expenditures pending further review and itemization by this council.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay, please vote. Motion failed.
No.
Alderman Rogers, Chairman Rogers. We have
Wow, they voted no?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes, we
That's
and
really
our
bad.
colleague, third ward Alderman, Woman Delaney Smith,
That's horrible.
we had a finance meeting and we had golden opportunity to address a lot of questions from the great residents here in the city. And we had an opportunity to examine this bill as extremely thorough.
No, you didn't.
And we made,
some comments.
we make a recommendation that we want to pass this up for approval to the rest of the council.
Is there a second? There's a motion and we, Mayor Rogers. Okay,
Motion by the third, second by the sixth.
please vote.
Madam Mayor, is there gonna be any discussion prior to our vote?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
In your question, now you discuss, well,
Or debate.
right, and
This evening at the finance meeting, Chairman Rogers, we didn't have something to review, so I went through the crowd and I shared the bills list. And the lack of explanation, we have a charge from the Intero Group at $43,000 for lead line replacement. I've seen very increasingly high numbers by this particular engineering firm. And so at that 43,000 rate, I understand that things do cost, especially for a lead line, that we are governed by, so the audience, residents are aware, by Illinois state statute to replace. So we must replace the lead lines. I'm just trying to understand at the rate of $43,000, what exactly has been completed? Sure, sir.
The Intero Group deals with our grants. And there is a grant, and this grant process of going into the homes and getting information on the residents to see who needs the lead pipe reimbursement. So this is all grant money, this is not city money. Anything with the arterial route, that is grant funded. So this grant is not something that is subject to the 35%, am I right, Mr. Williams? So this is something with the federal government that they're doing. So I believe I answered your question. That is grant funded money, and that is going into the development of identifying homes that have the lead-free pipes for our safety. And this is gonna be an ongoing project, and you're gonna see quite a bit from this vendor. But rest assured, this vendor is allocating out of grant money only. And that is our engineers for the city of Harvey. So I thank you for your question. Is there any other debate? Yes. Alderman Keyes.
Well, as point of order or point of information, I just have a question for the chairperson of the Finance Committee. Over the last 3 years, well, after being removed from the Finance Committee, just for asking general questions along with several board aldermen, Kobe Chapman. My question is, at least for the public, for us to be able to understand, why do we continuously have finance meetings before the council meeting on the same day, and then have to be able to go for it? You got residents that get up and speak and have questions, have general concerns. You can't get all the information out within a week. So why is this still gonna be done on the very same day when all the questions are not answered? Why do we still continue to vote on it anyway? If a resident gets up and speaks and express their opinion, they don't get no reply, no report, no anything. And then it's like, okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and vote on it. It's like you're gonna listen to what they said, ain't gonna answer the question, we're gonna vote on it anyway, like the paper doesn't matter.
Hey, well, I can answer that as well. There is no law indicating on when you have to and cannot have a finance meeting. Now, this chairman happens to have it as far as a lot of other boards have it the day of. No, I am speaking. Thank you. I am speaking right now.
I wasn't finished.
I thought you were, but let me finish, please. So
Okay,
your
can
question.
I finish first, please?
Oh, I can go right ahead. I'll be.
No disrespect, and not trying to, whatever it is. It's just okay, thank you for letting me do that. My point is this, I asked the chairman of the finance committee, which is Tyrone Rogers, and I didn't expect you to have to answer his question.
Well, now are you finished?
That's about it.
Okay, thank you. As the chair of this meeting, I can answer any question that's out there. And I am saying, there is no law that is saying you have to have it at this time. I bet if you go to other municipalities or other towns, they have it. But I will be more than willing to allow Alderman Rogers to speak on why he chooses to have it the day of the council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, the day of the meeting was selected by the committee, the finance committee. And that included Alderman Delaney, Alderman Manuel, and myself. We as a committee decided that it would be an inconvenience of everybody that was coming out to the regular council meeting to come out to the finance meeting as opposed to having it on a separate day. And once again, as the mayor stated, that there is no illegalities or nothing we've done wrong, okay? It may not be convenient to some people, but it is convenient to most. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, are there any other questions? Your question is, and this, you don't get your questions.
Okay, well, this should be it right here. You know, with the result, we have 4 committees that we have. So what's gonna happen in the event on the council meeting if I wanted to have a public safety meeting before that? Isn't it gonna go up here with the finance meeting? Is it gonna be a messed up situation? Or we're gonna have 5, 6, or 2, 3 meetings before actual council meeting? Because it's like you're holding a spot just for your committee when it should be fair to have it for all the committees. So if I want to have a public safety meeting next week, you can't have the finance, right?
No, wait a minute, everyone.
Just a question,
Just a question, and I will answer that question. You are more than welcome to have your meeting, but not at the same time. It's whoever gets the request in first. So, I happen to know South Suburban College holds several meetings back to back to back to make sure that the public could have access to it. So if you want your public safety meeting and you want it, say, at 5:30 to 6, absolutely you can have it. And if, Alderman Rogers wants his meeting from 6 to 6:30, that is fine. Whoever notifies and gets their list in first, they can have that meeting. So I believe that answers all the debates we have to, oh, you have one meeting.
Speak up. I know y'all, I'm sorry, it's my mic. It's not me, I'm trying.
All right. Just for clarity, and I know I have not done this, but what we normally do, I haven't done it this year, with everything that was going on, is that each committee, just so everybody knows, we set the schedule at the beginning of every year. And that is what stops people from bumping heads. Now, does that mean that you cannot call, which would then be a special meeting if it's outside of what you've already come together and set for your regular scheduled meetings? You could also have a special meeting at a time that was outside of what you had already set for that beginning of the year as your regular scheduled meeting. And again, this keeps people from bumping heads on time. So if we set it for Monday at 6 p.m., if I chose to come and say, well, I'm gonna do mine at 4 on that same day, we can all do that. But again, as Alderman Rogers said, when we set that date, it was about, look, if we do it on Monday, people are already coming out. Maybe that would be a time that we can make sure we get as many people as we can there. But again, anybody can do the same.
And this is in, going into our second year of all of us working together. And we're still talking about the timeframe of the committees. No, everyone can make their date with their committees. This is a brand new day, so you want to make your committee at a particular time, put your schedule in, and we'll accommodate. We will accommodate. Okay,
Please, sir. I do have one more question.
yes.
Madam Mayor. Here, Department 126, Building and Insurance, 01-126-5076, outside services, Melanie J. Whitaker, reimbursed demolition cost $25,000. What exactly is that?
Mr. Williams, would you care to explain?
The resolution passed, reimbursement there, but demolition cost is passed the city.
So, So, could we provide some detail? So, and understood that this, I do recall, this is actually my ward, reference Almo West's home.
Right.
So we are now reimbursing, our late mayor's mother for what?
Family, yes.
Do we have anything detailed? I understand this is this is a touchy topic, but I'd be remiss not to ask, as I'm being allowed the two questions. And I'm looking at price points that are increasingly high. So, in this regard, did we share anything or provide any detail that showed that we expended $25,000 on the demolition of that home on Loomis Street?
We received the bill, we reimbursed the resolution. And I didn't just reimburse it, just because I wanted to. The Congress, this very council passed a resolution to reimburse it.
I did vote no on that. Actually, did we reimburse? Absolutely, and that's why I'm asking about the details.
Right, and he said that they submitted the receipts, we have the receipts, you can FOIA the receipts, and that will go from there.
May I just ask, who did the demolition? You're not certain? Okay, thank
And
you.
I don't know that
I don't know what we're talking about.
either. Do you know how many vendors we have?
Axon, yeah.
Is it the same, these are on here for $49,425, Axiom Construction Services, is that them? Is that,
Were these questions?
that's just another demolition company? So it's Axiom and Axon,
Axiom is,
the one here listed. So just a point of reference, and I don't intend to detail this on the council floor, but if I'd like to share with you, Comptroller Williams, we have to detail this in the correct manner, because then these types of questions won't arise. I'm looking at a name versus a vendor.
We have a, now wait a minute, guys.
I'm sorry.
We all gotta come down there. It's very difficult to conduct a meeting when we have people in the background yelling their points of opinion. I respect that and I honor that. But we cannot conduct our business when people back there have their own personal feelings. Was this brought up in the finance committee?
No, it was not.
Okay, then that is something that should have been brought up in the finance committee, and we could have answered those questions and had it prepared at this point now.
Questions are never
So,
answered.
we have one option. We can vote yes, we can vote no, or we can abstain. So I'm gonna ask for a vote effectively now. Thank you.
No, you can vote to remove certain line items. Do that. They don't answer questions.
Okay, motion passed. Thank you. Okay, now we are. Well, actually, in this presentation, I am so sorry about that. I just saw it on my notes. Okay, can we have the presentation? If you could please come, Maurice, to the front, please. Pass out your literature if you want to the alderman. Now, this is just a presentation of a proposal. We're not voting on it today. It's just enlightening the alderman at this point. And then on April 13th, on our next meeting, we will have a presentation before the vote for all the residents. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mayor, council members, residents. My name is Marcus Patilla. I'm here representing Evolve Living. I'm only going to take about 5 minutes at a time because I have some very important matters to discuss. But I'm here to present to the City Council MOU to do a community solar project. And what a community solar project is basically sanctioned. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here to present a community solar project. And so what a community solar project is, you all pay light bills to ComEd, and if you notice, there's a little fee on your bill. Well, over the years, ComEd has been collecting that fee, and what they now do with that fee is they encourage renewable energy programs. And so community solar is your fee that you pay, been paying for years, coming back to you. So what it means is that the city of Harvey has unused and vacant land. We can build a solar project on that land, and the community will benefit from that solar project. We will get a 20 to 50% discount on our electric bills for those that subscribe, and it goes straight through ComEd. So in the 5th Ward, there's a particular 4 acres of land, and that is contaminated, vacant land has been vacant for years, overgrown. And so what Evolve Living is proposing to the City Council is, look, we have been working with DCO, the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, to get a grant to build a solar project. So what will happen is, no cost to the city, no cost to the residents. We will come in and do a feasibility study to see if this land is suitable for solar. And if it is indeed suitable and ComEd approves, we will develop that project. And what that means over the next year, we'll have about 2 megawatts coming online. And basically, anyone in the Harvey community can subscribe at no cost through ComEd. And it will immediately save you 20 to 50% on your electric bills if that site is indeed suitable. And so this is a win-win for everybody. We're taking contaminated land that can really be used for much else, turning it into a renewable energy asset, and the city's going to make revenue. The residents are going to have savings, and there's going to be no cost to the city or to the residents. So we just want to present this MOU to the city council for you all to review. And if anyone has any questions, we'll have another meeting at a later date. You can ask all your questions. I have a presentation for the public. But this is really a win-win for everybody. The program is the visionary leadership of Governor Pritzker, and it's an energy equity program. Millions of dollars have been invested in this program, and there are hundreds of thousands of dollars just waiting to be deployed to communities like Harvey for these type of energy programs. So, thank you for allowing me to present. Any questions from the city council members?
Where do you currently? Can you please speak in your mic? I'm sorry, Harvey. I see listed here, the project is in Streeter, LaSalle. What of these communities are kind of aligned to the city of Harvey?
Okay, so what those are past projects from our sister company, Livewire, that we've actually constructed. Those are basically solar farms. And most of those are in downstate Illinois. And so this is part of our issue. A lot of these communities outside of the city, they get the benefit of these community solar projects. And so these are energy farms in other parts of the states that Livewire has actually helped to construct. But a lot of times we don't get the benefit where it's really needed. And this is someplace where it's really needed.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. And this 4-acre parcel of land that you're speaking in reference to, will this be adequate to be sufficient for the entire city of Harvey to reap the benefits of the actual discounting for us to come in? As a solar recipient, I have solar panels on my house, and I have seen some benefit from the solar. So, would this be, people that don't have solar, would this be something that would benefit them as far as their actual electric bill being reduced?
Absolutely. And so the community solar program is just for that. For people that don't have the space on their rooftop or don't want to put it on their rooftop, they can still get partial ownership in a solar field and discount their electric bill. And this is straight through ComEd. You can go online and research it. Community solar.
Now,
Good question.
everybody that has electric service, they have it mandatory. Either you're gonna pay ComEd or you're not gonna have service. You keep mentioning sign up. This is a voluntary process.
Yes, it's a subscription process. Through ComEd.
Okay.
And so what ComEd does is for communities like Harvey, this is a special designation, okay? And so in this particular case, when this solar field is constructed, ComEd will pay for that energy that is produced, a special tariff. And that special tariff will be revenue to help the city, and the rest of that revenue will help the customers who are subscribed and save on their electric bill. So it's kind of like they're partial owners in this solar field.
Once you get that subscription.
Once you get that subscription.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any more questions?
I would like to know, it's just for the alderman at this point, if you want to stay, if anybody has a question, if you want to step
Why not?
out into the vestibule.
Let the public ask.
you're welcome to do that if you have a next. Oh, you have a question?
Public ask.
May have to do some questions.
So this fifth one is where we're
Everything
posting.
in this meeting, if you could step out, if you have questions, if you don't mind stepping out at the beginning, so we don't get to the beginning. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Why will the community be told before you vote though?
Because we're not voting, I already answered that.
No, next meeting.
At the next meeting, we're gonna have a whole presentation beforehand.
But that's what I'm saying, you're not giving the community time to say anything. You're gonna vote regardless of what the community has to say.
Good point, yeah.
maybe there was a misunderstanding. This is just the beginning stage. So if this is something that the council is interested in, this is not factual. This is gonna be a resolution of beginning interest so they can apply for the process. So it's nothing concrete that we're gonna get it for the residents. This is just an introductory point as far as a resolution. There's a difference between a resolution and there's a difference between an ordinance. An ordinance is factual, a resolution is more or less like we are making it known that this is something that we're interested in. Thank you.
And really quick, Mayor, just to be clear, this is a feasibility study. We're hopeful that this program will work for this particular parcel. Maybe we come back and say, well, no, the distribution line is too far, we can't do it. But we're hopeful because this is a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for the municipality, it's a win-win for the citizens. So, just wanted to add that.
Again, we're not giving away any property. If you have any questions, you can please step out and speak with Mr. Marcus outside of the vestibule. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, and we go on to the treasurer's report. I'm sorry, what? I can't hear you. Oh, we changed, oh, that's right, we did. I put it behind you, I'm sorry. Okay, public comments. Madam Clerk?
We have Nate Fields, following Nate Fields, Teresa, yes.
Good evening, Harvey. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening. Aldermen, Alderwomen, distinguished guests and friends. My name is Nathaniel Fields, and I thank you for the opportunity to address the council of an issue that troubled my spirit for a while. This issue is the safety and the beautification, I'm sorry, you can't hear me. This issue is about the beautification of the city of Chicago, city of Harvey. Several or so years ago, a group of concerned citizens concerned about crime in the city of Harvey decided to not just talk about the problem, but to do something about it. A group of people that was spearheaded by this young lady, LaRoyce Clay, Chappelle Cooks, myself, and others. We called it the Meet Up Cleanup Group, where we cleaned up abandoned properties and removed high bushes and trees, cutting grass and removing and bagging trash, making the property safe for the people in the community. This venture made way for a border crew to start securing properties, thereby hindering criminal activities inside of these properties. We cleaned up dozens of properties. All right, we cleaned up and boarded up over 400 properties, all right, in the city of Harvey. We also did some work in Robbins and other cities. We didn't have financial assistance from the city. We didn't need it. We got it from the citizens. All right, the citizens helped us out to purchase the boards and nails and things that we needed. We had no casualties. Nobody got hurt during this process. We had probably, 20 people that came out and volunteered and helped with us to do this thing. I come humbly before the city council today to get your blessings on bringing back these organizations. I spoke to the mayor, and she told me to come and talk to the council. So we also had help from Alderman Tracy Key. He was a big help. He came out and helped us out every day that we were out there. Tyrone Rogers also came out and helped us out as well. So we appreciate you guys, but since the state of Illinois has a code for cleaning up and doing things in the state of Illinois, we understand that it's okay and it takes the liability off of the city of Harvey, the things that we were doing out there. So we don't want nothing to happen, to come on them. So we have organizations that we take responsibility for. 28 seconds. We are not in operation to sow discord, but we are in operation to open doors to growth, development, and prosperity, and to close the doors of poverty, hurt, harm, and danger. If anyone wishes to volunteer, you can contact myself, Ms. Leroy, or should fill any member that approve. Thank you.
Next is Teresa Guest, followed by Michael Crowan.
Hi, my name is Teresa Guest, I'm in the 6th Ward. The title is Pardon My Mess, Lending a Helping Hand. Good evening, Mayor Lewinsky, members of the council, and to the residents as well. I'm here to address the hazardous conditions in our community. I've come to a conclusion that this isn't just about fly dumpers, it's our own neighbors trying to comply with codes and regulations, but caught in a web with garbage that sits abandoned. The conflict. Most residents throw away old commodities, unaware that current systems obligate a strict procedure. Since the materials remain at a standstill, accumulating rodents plus mosquitoes, that's where some of that environmental protection comes in. This is affecting the vision of Harvey. We're basically condemning residents who cannot sustain proper means of disposal. The solution, in regards to issuing citations, I'm requesting the city to modify bulk disposal, drop fee prices that doesn't align with income median, sound communication. I know I just went on Facebook before this and seen dumpster thing. I remember getting something at my house before, but a lot of people are still not paying attention to that. A lot of people aren't on social media. That same thing is sent to the house is right out there on the street. So we have to find some other ways. So this is what I came up with. Pardon my mess, dumpster days, as well as we're already doing. But you have strict, like I said, procedures to that. It has to be in the front and things of that nature. We don't know who put it there. So I was thinking crowdsource timely events. Putting more signage up, I guess, to let people know, or it's big enough in places that people, places that will attract people, where people are usually looking around. So crowdsource timely events that allows residents not to drop off trash, but educate them on environmental protection as well. So when they come there, tell them about how that's affecting their health. And also, just offer some in-person help. If you want me to come over and help, like you said, Tyrone was there, I'll come myself and do it. Closing. By working together, we could help people make better choices, build a better tomorrow. Let's bring a helping hand to our residents. Let's lend a helping hand to our residents and be a good role model. Thank you. And I just want to say, where's that allocation for out with the old and in with the new for all of Harvey?
Michael Crown, followed by Cheryl Jones.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Cronin. I live in the 6th Ward. I'd like to bring up a number to you guys, the number 13. I want you to understand where this is coming from. 13 is a baker's dozen, Friday the 13th, and the amount of months we have left with all of you together. In 13 months, some of you are going to still be here, and some of you are going to be gone. Let's take the next 13 months and do something with that 13 months to make each ward and the city look like it should. Not the half-wit stuff we've been getting. We've had a lot of half-wit stuff. We still have garbage in the cities. We still have garbage in the wards. Still stuff that needs to be picked up. When we bring a concern to the committees, I brought this to the wards meeting and to my aldermen and to other people. We still have a gate down over on Sibley that needs to be repaired. I was told it belongs to Canadian National. Okay, that's half answer. Has anybody reached out to Canadian National to see if they're going to fix it? Has anybody reached out to Metro to see if they're going to fix it? Anybody else coming in on there? Is it IDOT? or is it the city of Harvey? I've given a couple of ideas on how to fix the problem, and they were all shut down because they were worried about legalities, okay? Let the legal stuff go for a while, okay? Do something to make the city and the streets and everything else look better than what it does. We are having a flooding problem. At this time, the last meeting we had here, we were worrying about getting more salt. At this point, we should be worrying about maybe getting some pumps for the city, for the state, for the city and for the residents to help get water out of the premises if they have it. I think that we need some better answers, and we got 13 months left of this group to get those answers. So I'm challenging everyone, the whole arch, all the way around, for 13 months. Give one thing a month and stick to it and don't do it halfway. Cross the T's, dot the I's, put a little smiley face in there if it so needs it, and make it work for yourselves. And as a movie phrase that I like using, do or do not. There is no try. Perfect.
Cheryl Jones, followed by Amanda Eskew. Good evening, Mayor Lewinsky, council members, and the community. At the February 23rd City Council meeting, the position of city clerk was on the agenda, and that position was filled by an appointment. I was totally surprised with this, and I'm sure many others were too. I had many questions, but that's not why I'm speaking tonight. According to the city's own municipal code ordinance, 2-96, familial, can't say the word right now, employment, and 2.93, ethics. The definition for familial employment states that any family member, as a spouse, wife, husband, sister, brother, or cousin, etc. Since the appointed clerk is married to the only person from the 6th ward, this makes the appointment of Janet Rogers illegal.
Absolutely.
Further clarification under policy 2-96-30, the city retains the right to refuse to hire a person to a position in the same department or division wherein her relationship to another employee may C, involve a potential conflict of interest, and or D, involve the appearance of a potential conflict of interest. The ordinance states that the city retains the right to refuse an appointment that may involve a potential conflict of interest or the appearance of one. It further notes that familial relationships in the workplace can compromise the city's professional objectivity, efficiency, and reputation. This ordinance was specifically established by the late Mayor Clark to prevent these exact situations. While the city's current ethics ordinance 9-2-93 definition may not explicitly address every detail of this scenario, the appointment clearly contradicts the spirit and letter of our municipal laws. As a resident, I am deeply concerned by this disregard for existing ordinances and request an immediate formal review of this matter. Thank you.
Amanda Eskew, followed by Brian Simmons.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First, before I address my concerns, I would like to first say a compliment. I want to give a compliment to Ms. Brandy in the water department. She's one of the clerks. Just want to say every time I come, she's always friendly, efficient, and get everything done. That's not my first time saying that on record, but I just want to reiterate again that good customer service goes a long way. I'm just saying, I was here like 9:03, doors were open, and she was ready to help, and she was very pleasant. So I didn't want to just give a shout out to the clerk.
That's it.
Yeah.
My concerns. Number one, at the finance committee meeting that was held prior to this meeting, again, I'm going to continue to ask, and at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I just don't feel like we're getting a comprehensive view of the financial state of this town. We're always looking at the bills, what's going out, but we never have a report of what's coming in. And we have a director of revenue that's here that was given reports. I think that that person needs to be incorporated into the finance committee meeting in addition to the Ms. Treasurer as well. I know we have, a new mayor sitting, so it's a new day. So that means more questions should and can be answered. So we can just get a full comprehensive view of the financial health of this town. And number 3, the solar project. There was a few things that were said, and I understand it's introductory, but again, my concerns were, I don't know if this was an RFP or not, but it's, as of now, right now, it's not listed on the bids and proposal site of the city of Harvey. If this was a bid or proposal that went out, and maybe this was the company that was the most responsive. Secondly, in the words that he mentioned, discuss the feasibility study. And in that feasibility study, there is a possibility that we may not be a good fit for the project. I just think that that's something that should have been discussed prior to them coming to do this presentation. Just because it seems like it's a waste of time, like a comment or a feasibility study says we're not a good fit, then it doesn't move forward, it doesn't go past that point. So that's something that should have been addressed prior to coming in. And also, Ms. Julinsky, you did mention that April 13th would be the meeting that you will vote on after the presentation. The concern with that is that the presentation will be held during the city council meeting. My suggestion would be a separate public community hearing, so all the residents can get all their questions out.
Right.
Flesh out any ideas.
Exactly.
That, or comments or concerns in a space that is not rushed or trying to bulldoze something through. It just would be more efficient. And lastly is to the Economic Development Committee. Alderman Smith, I did send you an email last year, and I didn't get a response, but I did send you an email today. So I'm hoping to hear from you as far as when is the next Economic Development Committee meeting, since there were a lot of comments intertwined with the Finance Committee meeting. Thank you.
Finance, followed by Norma Youngblood.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan. I just had a few suggestions for City Council because some people seem to find it fun to say that I only complain and don't have any solutions. I bring solutions every day. The question is, are you going to implement them? So my first is, why don't you give up some of your salaries so we can bring back our fire and police? Because I don't know about you all, but I don't feel safe. And I hear those fire trucks going by my house all the time. And we don't even get told about the fires that happen. I have to talk to other neighbors, or they message me to say, oh, did you know there was a fire? Did you know there was a fire? But you all are still getting your full salaries. Why don't you take some hit? If the city is in such a crisis as you say, then why don't you, show us that you care? You say you care about Harvey, but I'm not seeing it. For the financial statements, you guys still aren't opening up the books, you're not showing us, and there's no excuse, Shirley. I know you had said in the meeting, we can't do that, why can't you do that? That would be like a bank saying, oh, we don't keep track of our money. That is a basic thing for a municipality. This is not a private company of Tyrone Rogers or Shirley Dravinsky. This is a public city. You take all of our funds, we pay our taxes to you, we're entrusting you. The least you can do is to tell us where it's going. All these companies are not going to want to come to Harvey to be extorted, harassed, and fined, so we need to reduce all the fines and fees, stop punishing these businesses unnecessarily. All these empty properties that the city owns, put them up for sale and prioritize Harvey contractors and residents. Having eyes on things when buildings are occupied helps. These box safety cameras, cancel that contract. They're being used by ICE, they're being used by out-of-state police to track women who are coming to Illinois for abortions. Oak Park and Evanston have canceled their contracts because of resident outrage. And you say, oh, we got a grant for it. Yeah, but you don't show receipts. So what, are we supposed to just believe you for everything? I mean, I get more truth out of a 2-year-old than this city council. All you have are excuses, you don't answer questions. Janet Rogers, as the last speaker said, that's clearly not true. It's nothing personal against Ms. Rogers, but maybe it's not right. Like a 5-year-old could see that. She presided over the huge chicken wing scandal in District 152, and her husband, when she was also on the board, we had to pay $400,000 in a lawsuit because the superintendent asked for a forensic audit, that sounds familiar, and he quote unquote called her and said, you're due for an ass kicking or something, something to that effect. So Google it. I'm not making it up. It's a court case. It's done. We already paid for it. Also, I don't understand the whole thing with Rose. Again, it's something personal, but why would someone resign from an elected position and then you would appoint her to a position? She was already elected to do a job, and she said she couldn't. So I don't know what you all are doing, but it's messed up. We need to change
Excuse me, Norma Youngwhite.
Good evening, Mayor, council, people, members of the audience. My name is Norma Youngwhite, resident of this community for over 32 years. And this actually is what democracy looks like. A voice of dissent, a voice of disagreement. So democracy is functioning right here, right now. But it's for us to really think about the relevance of what we're saying. Because I've been saying that I'm gonna make it to the city council meeting to talk about the things that are turning away people from us. Every boarded up house is seeking company and has sought company. The potholes, they are potential sinkholes. And I'm from Jamaica, I know what a sinkhole looks like. So here's where democracy really functions, people. When we take all our disagreements, all our dissenting views, and we bring them to the people who we elected to serve us. If they can't serve us, we vote them out. Because that's where democracy functions well. And assassinating people's character, where does it put us? Simply, everything that you're saying has been published. It can be assessed. It can be accessed. So let's move on. I need, as a taxpayer in this community, I need to know that my front end of my vehicle will be preserved for another 30 years. Not jumping in potholes. Oh, let's talk about the mice that have taken over our community. Let us talk about that. We can't blame the politicians because you know what? We allow people to dump garbage right in our neighborhood. So let's pick up our voice of democracy. Let's talk about what we disagree on. Let's think about how we dissent and bring it to the people who we voted for. And if they can't help us, there is another election coming up. But let's not think and just dwell on the things that the whole world knows. The whole world is not telling us to fix it. We have to fix it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes. All right.
Good evening, everyone. I would first like to start off by giving my sympathies to the Bradley family. Dr. Bradley was a great pillar of the community, and our families, my personal family and his have been connected for many, many years, and he will be sorely missed. So that's all I just wanted to start off with that. So I do not have a typical financial report for tonight because I was having technical difficulties with the website and things like that, so I was not able to compile my report in time for the meeting today. However, I do have some things that I would like to discuss from the treasurer's seat. Mayor Jawinski, Comptroller Williams and I did have a meeting recently, and there were some things that came about this meeting that I would like to share with you guys. First off is the resolution of signatories that is on the agenda for today. While I am happy to see it on there, it's not exactly as discussed. However, if it is the will of the council, and they do vote and agree on it, I will comply. I have no problem with that. My main concern was to have an updated resolution providing a guide, for the procedures of the signatures of the checks. And I hope that the council and the administration will abide by it. That has been my major concern as far as that resolution. So to have it on the agenda, hopefully something will come about it as of tonight. Secondly, I was told that I will be receiving access to BSNA or will be reactivated. So hopefully that will help in answering some questions from my perspective to when residents have questions of me. The mayor does plan to revamp the website to possibly include a finance department page, so it'll be easier to access things that have to do with the finance department. There are some things that are on there, but it's not easy to find. So it is hopes that she is hoping to be able to make that more accessible or user-friendly. We also discussed including the bills list with the clerk's meeting minutes after they have been approved. Again, that is after they have been approved. They don't want to publish anything that has not been approved by the council. So again, they'll be including the bills list with the meeting's minutes. So once you access the meeting minutes on the website, the bills list should be there. The next thing was the comptroller has agreed to provide an actual versus budget summary. And this has been something that has been requested, not only from residents, but also from the alderman when I first took office, my first term. So he did agree that he will try to do the actual and budget summary on a quarterly basis, beginning the next fiscal year. So the next fiscal year does not begin until May of 2026. So you will not see a summary of that quarter until around August or September. So be looking for it then. But we did discuss that, and we felt that that is something that can be done to help give a better view of the city's financial state at that point, on a quarterly basis. Hopefully this is just the beginning and moving in that direction to gain and increase your trust and addressing some of your concerns. Again, hopefully it's just the beginning. There are things in the works, but we're working on it. That is all. Thank you.
Okay. Madam Treasurer, may I ask you a question regarding your procedure guideline? Do we have something in mind? And if you do, could you submit that to me? Like a standard, if there is another procedure guideline on what you're looking for the signatures, would you want a guideline? So something that if you can jot down some ideas, and then we can have the staff look at that. But so thank you. Okay, and we are now going to go to approval for ordinances and resolutions. There is no old business, so there is new business. And the new business is appointing acting first ward alderman and an administrative. Now I want to explain something before we do this, and I want everyone to understand that as a mayor and as the alderman of that first ward, I do have high regards for Rosa Arandula. She has been with me since the beginning when I first started running for office, which many of you have known, from September of 2010, when I acknowledged my candidacy to run. With that being said, she has been the ward translator for me since the beginning. She has gone on ward tours. I have contacted my volunteer list who comes out to many of our events and work our events, and they all were thrilled with Rosa willing and able to come back as the alderman. In addition to that, I did a random call from the list I have and asked the residents. And that was an overwhelming support. Now, of course, I'm gonna be a little cautious because I did ask for my involvement too. And I said absolutely, as I will be for the remaining 6 wards, 5 wards. So yes, we are gonna be very active. So I am proud at this moment to nominate Rosa Arambula as the first ward alderperson for the city of Harvey. May I get a second? Oh, very good. Is there any question or debate among the aldermen?
Yes.
Can you please correct it to me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thought I heard something in that. But I just want to state this for the record so that the public has an understanding on my vote this evening. And for the record, my concern, so you know, Ms. Arambula as well, in front of the public, that it's not about anyone individually. It's always about process and transparency. It's my statement. Would you,
No, that's okay. We're
Okay, because I'm completing my statement.
All right.
The banter. The clerk's resignation was not accompanied by a public explanation to the residents or to the council, and that sequence raises concerns about transparency and public trust. While I will work adamantly with the entirety of this council, I'd like to just be frank about why my position is what it is. And we just have to do things in a forward manner, and that looks like identifying the reason why we left and why you're now taking heed to something else. And Madam Mayor, thank you for allowing me that time, because I've already shared this with you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And I would like to comment on that. As a city alderman, who was the city alderman, I know, and the residents of the first ward knows who she's representing, her decisions and her choice. Now I asked, anyone could ask her privately whether she chooses or not, but I cannot think of one other better person, and I'm honored to call Rosa Arambula first ward alderman. Thank you. May we have the vote, please? Alderperson Rosa Arambula, would you please step forward? Thank you.
It is a mess, a big old mess. No procedures followed, no transparency.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, Chicago, state of Illinois, and the laws thereof, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of acting all the persons of the first ward, acting City of Harvey, City of Harvey, Cook County, Illinois, Cook County, best of my ability, to the best of my ability.
Go Rosa.
Other person, wrap you up. You got a hard act to follow, right, guys? Thank you. Can I say something? Please. I would just like Alderman Chapman to tell her, at the time of my resignation, I was dealing with very personal family matters. Out of respect for my family's privacy, I choose not to go into details publicly, but I am open to addressing any concerns privately. Today, I stand ready and fully committed to serving the city. My dedication to the city has never wavered. As I accept this position as the first ward alderperson, I would like to express my appreciation to the mayor and the city council for allowing me to join and make decisions for our city. I look forward to working with the council. To the residents of the first ward, rest assured I will be there for you as I have always been. Okay, we are looking for a resolution replacing the signatories to the account of the city of Harvey. We need a motion and a second.
Point of order, Mayor.
I was just gonna ask if there any debate.
Well, Madam Mayor, before we begin the debate, I want to move to amend item 9B2, the resolution replacing signatories to the accounts of the city of Harvey as follows. The amended text. Be it further resolved that section 1 is amended to designate the mayor and city treasurer as the primary signatories on all city of Harvey bank and credit accounts. Be it further resolved that section 2 is amended to require that all checks or drafts include the signatures of both the mayor and the city treasurer. In the absence of the mayor, the city administrator shall be authorized to serve as the signatory. This structure is consistent with prior council action that this council unanimously voted and approved in 2019, which aligned with the financial authority with the treasurer's role in fiscal oversight. All other provisions of the resolution shall remain in full force and effect. We're not creating something new. We're restoring what this council already agreed to unanimously in 2019. And just for the record, can you just give me one moment? I would like to pull up that resolution number as reference. I also, council, sent everyone an email regarding this, the entirety of the council. But that particular resolution that I'm referring to that notates Aisha Pickett, not to mention, Ms. Pickett is the one of 6 in the entire.
To your question.
This is regarding my question.
Let's go.
The reason being that I'd like the mayor, you, as well as Aisha Pickett, the treasurer, is Ms. Pickett is the certified Illinois municipal treasurer, the only one of 6 in the state. So I believe that her financial oversight is much needed and further regarded. That resolution that was passed unanimously by the council was resolution number 2895 in 2019. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we go into that, as we previously discussed,
Yes.
as we had this conversation,
Yes, we did.
but I'm gonna echo something else. We are already in the middle of a vote. So with that being said, any referendum or any alternate, but I'm gonna allow it as this. This is the one and only time. When we're in the middle of a vote, there is no amending. It's only for a discussion. Now, I am speaking, so with that being said, I agreed in a conversation with you that Aisha will be the signature.
Okay.
If she can get here during the day. Now, we talked about that. We would give her allocate time. Wait a minute, the hours are 9 to 5. Everyone else can do it. So with that being said, in incidents where she cannot be in attendance, the clerk will be her backup. Now,
No. Janet Rogers?
that is, that's how it all the time. But wait a minute. We're in the middle of a vote, so we're not gonna go underneath this.
Serious?
And I said that I will not have the comptroller, a person responsible. I know, but when we talked about it the other day, and I explained to you my reasons. Okay, so with that being said, we are in the middle of a vote. The amendment cannot change. You can vote yes, or you can vote no, or you can abstain.
Second point of information, Mayor.
Yes.
So I'd like to bring you back to when we just completed the approval of the bills list. And prior to the approval of the bills list, I made a motion to amend the same order in which I detailed on 9B2. I used the same entire process. I made a motion to amend prior to you calling it out. Now, if once you call, yeah, right, so I did do, and point of information to then the attorney, could you confirm that that order of Robert's Rules of Order was done correctly? Because it seems as if that I'm not following the order, but I simply copied and pasted exactly what I did from the bills list at 7 to 9.
And that's what I'm trying to get the record straight right now.
Okay.
Before we enter into, a motion, you have to say point of order.
I did.
Oh, I did not hear that.
You did.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, I did. That's what happened. Then you called for the motion. I asked for the vote. And at that point, you couldn't stop before that vote got the vote.
Pardon me, Madam Mayor, after the motion and the second, similar to what I did at 7A, I did the same thing at 9B2.
And I'm seeing the pattern. So that's why we're trying to correct it.
Okay, so I know you said you didn't hear me, but the crowd overwhelmingly.
Obviously.
Yes.
The crowd to dominate the round.
Yeah.
Or can you go on?
But we can redo it.
There was a second and a motion.
Right.
The motion and the second was already confirmed on the pad before you had even completed stating the resolution as it should be done. You should state the resolution, then there's a motion and second. So, we actually.
Give her her amendment. She followed the procedure.
Alderperson Smith, please, your commentary and your banter is unwarranted, it's not needed, it's very malicious, it's unworthy.
Right.
And the third point,
She's right.
deserve respect. Handle yourself.
Have a great day.
Please, age is no qualifier of maturity, and you are not showing up for the time. Thank you, Madam.
Right. Make her stop. Make Delaney stop.
Ladies and
Make
gentlemen,
Delaney.
you cannot interrupt the meeting. I've explained this before. So if you're in the audience and disrupt the meeting, you will be removed. Please maintain your composure. Thank you.
And that goes for the alderman too.
Really?
That goes for everybody. You know, we're all passionate by what we do. So I'm gonna tell you, in reference of the attorney, he said to go ahead and let you have it after this vote. But with that being said, going forward, you have to call an amendment before I say it. So if I say, we are going for the motion, a resolution to replace the signatories on the account, right before I say the resolution, then you say, point of order.
Thank you. Well,
So we got the record straight.
yes.
Point of order.
Yes.
This, agenda was given to us about a week ago. Could we have not called or emailed to amend that?
Well, actually, I'm gonna tell you, Alderman Goldie asked me yesterday, and you were right.
To amend it?
And
Okay.
but I gave her the reasons why I thought it needed to remain the same. Is that true?
That is correct.
Okay, so I
And
just.
I also sent the email to the council.
Yes, you did, that you did. Okay, so with that being said, going forward, everyone gets this schedule and gets this agenda on that Monday. Now, I know there was a couple days that we fell behind. That is still the targeted date for the elected officials. With that being said, by Wednesday, we need notification. Not by Friday anymore. I'm not as young as the previous mayor, okay? If you wanna call me, you can call me. If you have something, and we can consider it. It's not saying it's going to be guaranteed though. But we need to know notification before that. And I have no problem with all the aldermen sending it to all the aldermen, but we cannot respond, because if we respond, that's a violation of the Open Meeting Act. So no one can respond, you can have private conversations among yourself. When 2 or more elected officials get together, or 3 or more, that is an open violation of the Open Meeting Act if you are talking about business. Okay, so now we have that. Can you make the amendment? Okay, so what is this, what did you amend, Madam Clerk?
So it's a motion to amend item 9B2.
Motion to amend item 9B2. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. We got a first and we got a second. Please vote.
Come on, guys, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Pass that amendment. Pass that.
Votes.
Pass that amendment.
Alderperson of the first ward, what did you vote?
No.
Okay, motion failed. Okay, so now we're going back to the original. The resolution replacing, do we have a motion and we have a second?
What a shame.
Okay, and we can vote.
One more time, Alderperson, what did you vote?
We have to abstain for that one. So I didn't have everything.
It's your, yep. So it is a.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, now we are going to Alderman, I'm sorry. Oh, the resolution, please.
Resolution number 4023.
Thank you. Okay, we're good to go with, the Alderman comments. Alderman, of the 6th Ward, Alderman Rogers.
I don't mind going right now, but I think that my colleague prefers to go before me. Does it matter? Oh, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming out this evening. And my report is going to be extremely short. I thank all the residents from the 6th Ward, and I'm looking at a vast amount of residents from the great 6th Ward for coming out, and thank you for your participation in this city council. To all of the residents, there's been an initiative, and we get up and we talk about large piles of trash and debris. Well, I had the incentive, since the weather's breaking and it got kind of nice, we had a lot. I like to thank the street department and everybody, because we had about 4 piles, and I got photographs before and after. I mean, they were 20, 25 feet high, and I hired a crew to come out, and I bought them orange vests, and I bought them pickers, and I bought them plastic bags. And if you ride through the 6th Ward now, look over at the car wash, that it has always been deplorable. Look over at Larry's Lounge, that has always been an eyesore, and I mean trash and debris. And I got before and after pictures on my phone, if you'd like to see them. So we are making an effort, and I don't know if I ever get reimbursed for the money that I've already spent, but I do have a gentleman that's willing to do tree service. So, and I got a guy that's gonna do grinding the stumps once this tree has been cut down. Just call me. Anybody that's from the 6th Ward, call me, and I'm more than accessible all the time. You see my black truck riding around in the 6th Ward every single day. Not on Sundays, I'm in church. I take off on Sundays. But you can call me every single time, and I'm pretty much always available. And my phone number is area code 708-516-2276. 516-2276. Now, if you're from the 1 through 5, you better call your own, because I'm just taking care of my business.
All right, thank you all for being here. Thank you to the mayor, all of our department heads, city administrator. Thank you all for being here. Listen, I hope that you all understand that as we continue to go through this, I'm learning more and more about what you all want, okay? But I need you to recognize when we're giving it to you. Just this Harvey solar project, I've been with Mayor Clark and now our current mayor for quite some time working on this particular project. Now, I know for a fact that there's no way I could bring that project in here and vote on the same day. So now you get a presentation and you also get notice of when the next meeting is going to be. Somebody say the 13th. What does that give you time to do? Get all of your questions together. Show up. Ready to ask whatever you need to ask. Because if we had just came here, had a meeting before, right? Had a long presentation, and then voted on it in the meeting, you would have said, well, we didn't even have time to get our questions in. We didn't even know this was coming. Well, now you do. And everybody watching online knows. And everybody who goes on to the Facebook and the YouTube channel and watch this meeting, guess what they also know? That there's a meeting on the 13th regarding what? A solar project coming to the city of Harvey. You have to notice that you've been wanting, that you've been asking for. Now, as far as feasibility, why would we bring it here and we don't even know if it's feasible? Why are we even talking about it and we don't know if it's feasible? Why? Because they have to have our permission to do the necessary study to turn it into ComEd. They just can't go over there on our property and get them mucking around, playing with the soil and such. So they needed to come and ask, is it okay, can I come on your property to do the study? That's why they haven't done it yet. They're asking. Okay, stay with us, y'all, we understand. We're getting better, we're listening, we're figuring it out. But if you look for bad, you're gonna find it. But if you just take a second and really look, it's getting better, it's gotten better, and we're gonna keep going that way. So come on with some positive things, stay with us now, and please pick up the phone. Use that keyboard. I give out my number all the time, so many of us do, and yet 2 weeks go by, a month go by, and only time we really hear these great questions and suggestions that you have is when you step up there. I want to be able to get you the answer before you even come here. 708-990-8012. drandall@cityofharveyil.gov. If you need any of those numbers, please go on the website, you can find them again, okay? I look forward to talking with you.
Good evening. Please be advised that there is a resident who has been overwhelming the city with repeated FOIA requests. This individual has targeted the city with these lawsuits, further adding to our financial burden. These serial filings have cost the city approximately $10,000. While presenting themselves as concerned about the city's finances and workforce, their actions suggest otherwise. This behavior places additional strain on the city already limited resources that could otherwise be used to maintain vacant lots, properties, as well as potholes, especially as some approaches and residents are requesting upkeep. Misusing city resources through this loophole only adds to the challenges we face. Where is the uproar while being gaslighted? After 3 years of repeated information requests, one would expect that any claims of financial mismanagement would be supported by evidence. However, no such proof has been presented. Instead, it appears we have been operating in an environment of deliberate misinformation where unverified claims are repeated so often they are perceived to be true, particularly when they go unchallenged. These individuals present themselves as advocates for the community, but their actions indicate a focus on personal agendas rather than the well-being of the city as a whole. As residents, we must begin to challenge those who spread misinformation and hold them accountable. We cannot allow individuals to portray themselves as victims of oppression where their actions are in fact contributing to harm within our community. Additionally, I'd like to address the importance of mutual respect among alderpersons. It is inappropriate for one alderperson to enter another's ward under the guise of offering assistance, especially when those actions are not coordinated or generally requested. In one instance, an alderperson distributed adult Pampers to seniors without being asked. While this may have been presented as an act of service, it can be perceived as disrespectful, particularly when it does not align with the actual needs or expressed wishes of the seniors. Many of the seniors we serve face difficult financial decisions, often having to choose between purchasing medication or food. In these situations, meaningful support would be financial assistance or resources that directly address those urgent needs. It is essential that we take the time to understand the populations we serve and respond to their specific circumstances with dignity and respect. Actions that appear self-serving or politically motivated only undermine trust and do not contribute to genuine community support. Thank you.
Take your own advice.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I just want to start off by, it's okay? Everybody all right? Everybody having a decent time? Just want everybody to stay positive to this situation because I honestly believe everybody has their own opinion. And you have to learn how to respect people's opinion. When you respect people's opinion, you don't have time to be arguing. You just express what you're saying. You respect the people that voted you in. I didn't vote for Rosa to be alderman. It's nothing personal. It's just business. But when it comes to being an alderman and she need me, I'm gonna be there. And I'm gonna respect her and I'm gonna treat her just like she should be treated, just like everybody. So let that be perfectly clear. With that being said, I have to echo off the words from my brother Nate back there. And if it's okay, this meetup cleanup crew, we started this around 8 years ago, right when I was in my first term, as alderman. And when they came to me the idea and everything, I didn't hesitate to help. Like I try to help anybody that's doing something positive. So, with that being said, I just want to just personally, if it's possible, Mary, can stand up. Well, don't stand up. If your name is called, rise up. Okay, Dolores, Brother Nate, Shaquille Hooks, Chantel Kellogg, Chris Moore, Jason Decker. There's just a few people that started this meetup crew, And just this one day, I mean, we volunteered and we did well between 300 or 400 houses that we helped. Sorry if the people don't notice, because we got 4,000 or more vacant properties, so you ain't gonna notice 200 or 300. But we was out there hungry. One example, one day we went over by Thornton High School, there was some water running in the basement. We looked up down in the basement and the water was filled all the way up from the bottom of the basement to the top of the stairs. You know how much water it was? It was just gushing out, just running, vacant property. On top of that, we discovered a gun. They had been sitting there for years. 2 stolen cars. We did all this. We didn't get no credit, but I got credit. And I love y'all guys, and I want y'all to keep this thing going. With that being said, on the worst situation, we had a serious situation in my ward. The daughter had to call in on her dad, which was squatting in the house, and he didn't want to leave. It was 10 dogs. They came, and him being a ward of the state, I appreciate the city of Markham. They came in, recovered 10 dogs. 4 dogs were dead, 6 dogs needed animal care. He was in so much stress, breathing hard, all the feces to smell and everything. He had to go and have his toes amputated. But we got that man out of that house, and it took the effort of the city, you know, and the people that showed they cared. So I guess that's about it, but just thank y'all.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, Second Ward and City of Harvey residents. Thank you for being here tonight. I want to echo what our treasurer, Pickett, mentioned regarding Dr. John Bradley. He was a dedicated Second Ward resident who made a lasting impact on our community. His presence, wisdom, and commitment to Harvey will never be forgotten, and we honor his life and legacy. I also want to thank Mayor Zawinski, Chief Biddings, Chief Anderson, and Chief Charles, as well as the maintenance supervisor, for attending the Second Ward meeting on Wednesday, March 18th. Thank you to the residents who attended as well. Your presence matters, and our residents appreciate the opportunity to hear directly from leadership about what is happening in the city. For the record, I want to address some of the financial conditions of the city of Harvey. As we prepare for the 2022 audit, one of the things that was notated by Kaspersky, which is our accounting firm, they didn't receive all the details. They didn't receive all the details about the general fund and about the water fund and many other things. And so I'm just asking that we willingly provide all details to the audit firm to ensure that there are no remedies. We're paying the cost for the full audit. Let's ensure we get the biggest bang for our buck. One of the things that I love to notate about the Second Ward is we have a lot of the Second Ward residents here. They come for public comment, they speak out. Thank you for your advocacy, and thank you for being a concerned constituent. To that end, anything that we do in the Second Ward is open for the entirety of the city. I want to make a notation regarding those adult dependents that I not only dropped off, I got those from a 6th Ward resident by the name of Miss Jackson. And every single senior facility in the city of Harvey received, I don't know, 4 or 5. We did that together, right, Alderman Key? And so anything that I do in the Second Ward is for the good of Harvey. For example, the next thing that we'll be doing that encompasses the entirety of the city of Harvey, on April 10th and 11th, the kickoff of Thornton High School students' spring break, we'll be taking 45 of those young people down to my alma mater of Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, totally free. And that's not just open for the Second Ward, that's for every young person in the city of Harvey, like my 2 interns. Raise your hands. This is their last week working with us. Thank you for all that you all have poured into cleaning up the Second Ward and across the city. Thank you. But that meeting for my parents in here, everybody in here should have got one of my business cards if you didn't. If your child attends Thornton High School, interested in an all-expense paid trip to kick off their post-secondary pathway, or just share some interest about college, please come out tomorrow, Wednesday, Wednesday, March the 25th, 6 p.m. in the T building. That's right off Halsted at Thornton High School. So everything that we do is open to the general public, whether you're a second ward resident or not. Thank you.
Other person,
I want to thank every First Ward resident that is here today. I'm so excited to start working with you. I'm ready to hear your concerns, your ideas, and your feedback. As many of you know, I am not a stranger to the First Ward. I have been helping Shirley since 2011 when she first became the alderperson of the First Ward. I would help her with touring, with her events, and also translating in the First Ward. I will be keeping the same First Ward number that Shirley had, which is 708-596-7470, so that it will be easier for everyone to communicate with me. Feel free to call me anytime. I am here to listen first and act second.
well, thank you, everyone. I'm going to ask everyone for a moment of silence. I should have done this in the beginning, and I apologize for Bradley Campbell, but for the Bradley family, Mr. Bradley or Dr. Bradley, can we all have a moment of silence, please? Thank you. Wow, I have a lot of notes here. Believe it or not, when you come up to that podium and you say your concerns, I'm listening and I'm writing. And a lot of them we're going to implement. I'm going to be the first one to say, I do not have all the answers. And I'm looking for better ways to promote our city, to get everyone involved. Now, we talk about transparency. I went on that Evanston website and I saw their list and I really liked their layout. But guess what? I found out everything we had, but we had in different areas. So we are going to be working on our new website. We're going to make it more user friendly. And I understand, not all the seniors, not all people go on the website, and that's okay. That's okay, because you can always call the office, 210-5300, and ask for the mayor's office. And we have a staff there that can answer. So we are here to serve. We are here. It is work in progress, as Manager Treasurer said. This was not overnight. This did not happen overnight. No, someone had mentioned a half-wit. We do things half-wit. Well, I gotta take offense to that. Because I don't think any alderman, and I know my role as a mayor, is nothing half-wit. And I can tell you, these department heads that are here are not half-wit. But I will tell you what is half-wit. And you already know that. And that's our tax revenue. That's half-wit. So we would love to have everything that another community has. But they don't have a defaulted fire pension and a police pension for 20 years. We do. They don't have a 54% collection rate in taxes, but we do. Their communities are not over 100 years old and with the infrastructure of 100 years, but we do. We know what it is to lay our heads in our homes and going out in the street when we're leaving our driveway, if we're lucky enough to have a driveway, and hit a pothole. We know that. And rest assured, I'm doing everything in my powers to let Springfield know that. I've been on the phone. I will be planning several trips and being vocal about our community, your community, and my community. We are all in this together. So I don't want anyone to walk away and think we're doing anything half-wit. Because we're doing everything we possibly could. And I loved when somebody said, you know what, if if we're not doing a good job, if we're not doing a job for us, don't let us back in. Hit somebody that you think, better yet, why don't you run? You know, I mean, it's easy to sit up there as the fifth quarter of hindsight, well, we should have done this or we should have done that. That doesn't even apply. I am learning that as your mayor and in this role. I am learning that there is not a day that goes by that we're not putting out fires. Where we're gonna get the next crisis coming in. We are working with the fire department. We are working on opening up the second station. We're a few days from that. But we're working on it. We brought people back. We're gonna bring back more people in April. We're gonna bring back the majority of the staff in May. But let me ask you, we are not getting the tax money back yet. So we're doing everything that we possibly can to cut the cost. So when we say that we're doing the beautification, Mr. Fields, I had the opportunity of talking to him. I loved his idea. I'm not gonna stand in the way. Did I not say that? Said that come to the city council. Let's get more people interested. Let's get more volunteers. Now we cannot go to the 4,000, as Alderman Tracy Key said, abandoned homes, because we don't own them. If you go on them, you could personally get sued. And we say, you know, we'll cut the lawsuits. Don't worry about the legal. Well, I'll tell you what, we're spending a lot of money on lawsuits. And we're self-insured here. So we have to be careful. We have to be watchful. We have to do our due diligence. So we cannot go on property that is not owned by the city. If there's property that's owned by the city, oh, rest assured, come on, I'll welcome you. Sign a waiver and we'll do it. So Mr. Fields and lending a helping hand, I love that. Lending a helping hand. We have to work together. We have to work together. If you live in the first ward, and you've been there for a while, you know on 157th there's an empty lot. 157th in the first ward, right off of Austin. That thing was backed up. Markham came in, gave us a hand, we cleaned it up. Do you know, the day later, there was another pile there, and I said, oh no, but you don't really want to know what I said. Because I was literally upset. And the resident called me up and she said, oh, there's another pile there. I said, who's doing that? Oh, the neighbor down the street. Oh, the neighbor down the street. Well, did you call the cops? Well, you know, it's a neighbor. Well, guess what? You're gonna sit with that in your backyard until we do the next cleanup. We can't be doing this, we can't afford it. We are working with Harvey Network. Is there a representative from Harvey Network here? There was supposed to be somebody. They're gonna come in. Harvey Network is an organization, is operating out of Restoration Ministries. They are going to have a very large event on April 4th. It's going to be right here in front of Restoration Ministries. It's supposed to be a very lovely event. I was hoping that they would have flyers here. We were planning on having flyers here, but obviously they didn't get them in time to drop them off. But you are more than welcome to call City Hall and we can find the dates. There's going to be activities. And if they don't have hardly the Easter money, our wonderful fire department will be doing that with the Easter eggs. What time? You know what?
10 to 1.
They'll send the flyer out to the office. I don't have that flyer in front of me. I'm sorry, what?
10 to 1.
What time?
10
10 to 1.
10 to 1, okay, thank you. 10 to 1. All right, also we talked about lending a helping hand. Do you know South Suburban College? How many people know, just show hands, where South Suburban College is? It's right on 158 South State Street. They have an extraordinary recycling business there. Doesn't cost you anything. Got cardboard, dump it up. TVs, dump it off. They do not have a bill dispenser. So we're gonna try to work on that, maybe. Clothes, anything, whatever you don't need or you don't want it, instead of leaving it in the garage or in the back, drop it off at South Suburban College. Yes. Oh, there are certain days?
Clarify the date.
You know, actually, I do not know the days. Yes, you know the dates?
Because I take my stuff.
Okay.
It's Tuesdays from 9 to 1, Thursdays from 1 to 5, and then every other, the second and fourth Saturdays from 9 to 1.
Okay, very good. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put that on our website. So that would be a resource. Can you put that down for the website? Put South Suburban College, recycling. So there are ways that we can all work together. But I really love that Linda had a helping hand. Now, I do want to talk about the accounting firm. Yes, the accounting firm in our audits, there was some itemized items that we could not locate. But rest assured, it was not because we weren't willing to locate them.
That's
The
not what they said.
willingness is there.
No.
But these are previous audits that they're working on. So I don't know about you, but it's very difficult to find a receipt for ABC several years behind, because we were behind in our audits. This one's gonna be a little bit different. I'm anticipating the first ones to be a little challenging. But by the time we get caught up to 25, they should be okay, because they're all going in together. They're all doing it simultaneous. So we are trying to get things worked out here. And if you want to volunteer, we have volunteers. Mr. Fields, if you want to spearhead that, we're going to be working with the Harvey Network. They're going to be doing the beautification. They have a grant that apparently somebody very famous donated X amount of dollars to this program for the community, for UNI. And it's spearheaded out of South Suburban, out of Restoration Ministries. But it's all based on Harvey residents. And flowers, beautification, if you want something, participate in it. We're gonna get more advertisement on that. This I promise you, because I'm all for unity. I'm all for working together. And like that one lady says, it's what we can do together. If we stand together, we're gonna get so much more done. But if we divide, if we remain divided, the house that divides fails. It collapses. Harvey's been too long to collapse. I don't see it in anyone's eyes that we're ready to say, let's collapse. But you're right about the potholes, or the sinkholes, because we do have some sinkholes. And it's not like we don't know. It's not like we don't know. We do know. We just need to brainstorm a little bit more. So with that, I end and I say good night, God bless. And, oh, wait a minute, one more thing. If you need me and you want to call me, call the mayor's office, 210-5300, or you can email, and Ramona gets all my emails. And she goes through that, And I am gonna be starting an afternoon tea. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do tea at 1 o'clock, but we're gonna have an open, where we're gonna have open dialogue. And you can come in, I haven't picked out the date yet, but my target date is moving forward, and somebody said we got 13 months. April 1st, you're gonna start seeing some changes, if you haven't already saw some. If you notice out in the front, anyone notice the expanded, handicap? Yeah, expanded handicap. I got the reserve signs removed. My goal is to have residents parking up in front, except on the day of a meeting, because the alderman should have the parking spot to get here if they're running behind, because these are all part-time jobs. But the staff is gonna park in the other parking lot. So we are trying to make you a priority. And there's gonna be other changes. So come in on April 4th, right here in front of South Suburban, not South Suburban, I'm tired, I'm sorry, of Restoration Ministries Boxing Club. Thank you. Motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor? Aye.
Mr. Coachman wants to see you. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, You gonna watch his stuff now?
Oh, thank you. You just threw it in there for me?
Yes,
Okay.
I did, everything.
God, this is so ghetto. Like, what? There's not a reason to do it.
Come on.
Did we get everything?
Yeah.
I had a lot of little stuff.
I know, I put it in the bag for you.
Okay.
Okay, the papers and the pen will put in your bag, okay?
I mean, we can't even literally get out. But oh well, at least we don't have like 15 policemen at our backs. Like we used to have. It's improved. It's improved.
Restoration Management says 25 items.
Oh really? Oh okay. Yeah, they're great. I love shopping there. I love shopping. Oh boy. Amanda, great job with your comments. We did well. Sorry, let me just so I don't hit myself or somebody else. That's so nice. I talked to you know, I've seen him on Facebook, but I've never met him.
I found on the rack a size 42 black jacket for you. For
Oh, you
25
did?
cents.
Wait, which one did you go to? The one in South Holland or Harvey? Did you go to the one in South Holland, Beth, or Harvey? Bye, Tracy. Which one did you go to?
You can bring me to my car.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Because then I got the jacket and the same over there.
Oh, that was very nice of you. Very kind of you. Very kind. Very kind. Oh, are you guys here? Are you healing up slowly but surely? You getting better?
30 more days.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Poor Lakeisha, she had an injury. Lakeisha is the lady that's limping. She's on the park board. The park.
Oh, what happened? She hurt herself?
She did, yeah. Okay, guys, what do you think? What do you think? What did you think of the meeting? Tell everybody.
The last ward told us to get civic lessons.
So what did he say?
Third ward, Smith.
Yeah.
You and I got to get civic lessons.
Oh, is that what you
How
said?
government's supposed to work.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That was good you caught. I couldn't catch all the BS.
I was talking to Rogers, and
Yeah.
we were talking about potholes in the street.
Right.
And she come up with a line of, I need to learn civic lessons.
Oh, you mean she just told you?
Yeah.
That's rude.
I'm going to say it to you this way. I'm going to say how I'm going to say something. I'm not going to be totally elegant about it. I'll be.
You got. Tell everybody. So who told you that again? Tell them. Hey there.
Alderman Smith said we need to get civic lessons on how to talk up there at the mic.
And how does her board look?
Oh no, I don't even know where her ward is.
By Ingalls.
Or what it is.
It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. Okay. Is that the mayoral vehicle right there? No, they didn't get a new one, did they? Hey, I hope it works. I hope it works out. I hope that they finally just stop arresting people.
Yeah, we need to stop it.
This is good. I'm glad. Yeah. Oh, was your birthday, Kobe? I mean, oh my gosh. Yes, I'm live. Yes. You can just text me. Yeah. Hey, great comment. I just wanted to say before I go. You stay on his butt. That was great. That was awesome. See you guys. Okay. But yeah, Amir, just text me. He knows.
Amir's on his
It's oh, okay, yeah, it was our Amir. It's a different Amir.
Oh, all right.
Jesus, look now, look. Hey, Michael, look. Okay, so look at the car of an now look at the employees and the politicians. Look, we have a brand new Cadillac SUV. We have a brand new Kia. We have a huge ass luxury, fully tinted window Chevy SUV. So wait, did they say that we were poor? They said we didn't have enough money, right? Interesting. Okay. Oh wait, here's another one. Oh wait, here's two of them. And look, it looks like they're all freshly cleaned too. Wow. Bye, guys.
Bye.
What is that? Oh, that's the new one that makes a sound. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I'm about ready to sign off, and I'll do my wrap up at 10. Okay. So I'll see you guys. Thank you. I'm not alone, so we should be fine. You want to say goodbye or no?